we go.
2. Hold on. Wait. Give it a second. You're on.
Hey, welcome to Point Blank, Purpose Undefined.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
First episode. I'm Allison Hillman. I'm the Allison and BTP by Allison, the creative brain behind Lady Boss Branding, and I'm so excited to be hosting these ladies and just to bring you Purpose Undefined. It's not our job to tell you what your purpose is, but we are taking it upon ourselves to help you tackle exactly what your purpose is.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Allison.
Yes.
I love that. And I am Portia Anderson, your money mindset coach. I am super excited to be here today with these ladies. We have been working on this for a little while now, and we are just so excited to be here today. I'm very, very, very excited when we talk about what our purpose is.
Yeah.
When we were doing the brainstorming behind this, and our creative director here came in with boom, bop, bam, purpose, point blank, purpose undefined. And I said, wow, you know what? That speaks to me, because where I am right now in my life with my business and growing my business and being an entrepreneur, it's just stuff that we just don't know. So while I may be an expert in my field, being able to have a sounding board with these ladies to come collectively together and bring our individual expertise under one roof just really excites me. When we talk about leveling up and, you know, leveling up in our purpose, we need peeps for that. Like,
You can't do it by yourself.
You cannot do it by yourself. So we are just here today to kind of introduce ourselves and giving you guys a chance to get to know us. So, welcome.
Yeah. So I'm Ann. I am the founder of Kula Yoga and Wellness and the managing director of Next Core Fitness, and I am incredibly thrilled to, first of all, have found you guys. Because all of you have really made a massive impact in my life just in a really short period of time. I really found like I have found my tribe with you guys. Yes, and it's been incredible to have found people that can really speak very honestly and bluntly, to be honest with me, and have helped me find ways to not just improve my business and really figure out like how to break through distractions.
Yes.
Which you did with me just yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
But to sort of be okay with where I am in my life and to really honor kind of how we've survived this long. And so those of you, when I sort of shared this, I said, we're going to talk a little bit about how we've survived this long. And there are really great and funny stories that we all have as we've gotten this far. And some of them are like, holy cow, how did you get through that? And we really hope that you, as willing and able participants, will share your stories as well, because the more information and the more stories that we gather from others like us, the better it is. We're not alone, and the bigger our community is, the more we learn. And it's just going to be, I think, kind of a fun journey for all of us going forward.
Oh,
so,
100%. So if you're kind of curious, right now you are seeing this coming from Allison Hillman's personal page. Hello. I have shared it over to the Point Blank page. We just bear with us. We are not tech gurus by any means, so we're using a camera this time rather than our phones.
We stepping up, y'all. So we getting it together.
But we've got microphones. So just what can you expect from us? So every fourth Thursday at 7 p.m. we will go live with you. You'll get to see our beautiful faces. And then the second Thursday of every month, we're going to drop a podcast, and we'll have that information. So if you have not yet liked, and I'm going to assume if you're watching this, go like Point Blank Purpose Undefined. if you want to go deeper with us throughout the month, besides our lives and our podcast, we're going to go deeper with you on our group. So you can find that through our page, and I'll definitely make sure that I have the link to that set up. You do have to request to join because we want to create a safe space.
Yeah.
And we're going to kind of manage that, and we're not putting up with shenanigans.
Yes.
So
Yes.
no drama, no mean girling. You can come join us. Don't think that because you have to request, we're going to deny you. We're going to allow everyone in until we need to kick you out. And so that's not our intention.
No.
But we like nice people.
It will be sacred.
It's
sacred
like,
space.
honestly, like, we just have to create a space, like Allison said, that we can come and be blunt, honest with one another, because for us, I think that is what kind of collectively brought us together,
For sure.
is having real conversations, you know, about life and about business with one another. And some of those things we did not want to hear.
Yeah.
But I love and respect each one of these ladies enough
Yes.
to accept that and know that what they're doing and what they're saying is for my greater good. So
Constructive criticism is not the same thing. Just don't be rude. Like, I posted a blog yesterday on my photography page because I did this really meaningful to me shoot of Sarah Southard's. If you're watching this, hey girl. She allowed me into her home. Like, I was the third person other than a medical professional to hold her baby. But they tried really hard to have a baby. So I did this whole blog post around that story and why it means something to me.
Isn't that incredible?
It was beautiful.
But something that that I really drove home in there. Make sure what you're saying is true, kind, and necessary. And if you can't answer yes to all three questions, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
And it's easier. It's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But as you're doing, constructive criticism can be true, kind, and necessary. Because kind is making sure that we want to level up.
Right.
And so, we're
Right,
all four of us, I think, are accountability partners to each other. But anyway, that's true, kind, and necessary. That's kind of the rules. No, guidelines. We don't have rules. Guidelines to our group. So
no rules.
Oh.
But we haven't met this
We have
chica down here, honey.
Yes.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. So I'm Anna Ortiz Aragon, and I am a mom and a new business owner. My business is Come Full Circle LLC, and what I do is declutter and organize holistically. So I'm a former teacher. I worked in special ed mostly, so juvenile detention, kids with a lot of emotional and psychological baggage. And
With them badass kids, huh?
I love them. They're my
There
favorite.
has to be somebody special that's going to take care of them babies for us, so we appreciate you for that.
Yes. I was the California hippie chick, oh, Miss Anna, you're just such a silly goose, you know. And, I don't know, I'm known.
They she cool. Look, she real cool, Mom. I like my teacher.
Yeah. So I miss them so much, but I had my baby. He's almost 1 year old. His birthday is in 2 weeks, you guys.
Wow.
My family's flying in from San Francisco.
So adorable.
Baby James. Yeah, so my family's coming in. I'm from San Francisco. I moved to St. Louis 3 years ago, and I started my business, and I am serving families in another way now, and really just transforming their lives and leveling them up with their environment. You know, we cannot ignore our environment. You know, our belongings are a metaphor.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All the things that we hold on to, the things that we avoid, the things that weigh us down essentially. And when we can clear the space, it gets mental space. You will sleep better. Your digestion will be better. Your detoxing systems. I'm also a yoga girl, so you are cleansing.
Right on.
You are yoga girls.
Right on.
You are cleansing, and
a
your
yoga girl
mindset
now.
is changing.
You are.
Yes, Allison.
I'm not. I
But
have
you're
not
gonna
got
get
on
there.
board
You
yet.
will be there. Don't
Girl, I've
worry.
been trying to drag you there.
No.
We'll get you there. Anyway,
There's
continue.
so many different couches. Anyways, so I'm serving families in another way. And if you guys want to watch this show, it's Marie Kondo on Netflix, Tidying Up. That will give you a little, insight into what my job is like, because it is very emotional. My clients have a huge emotional release. Sometimes they cry, sometimes they get angry, what was I thinking? How did I let this happen? This is too much. But it's...
Is it going to overwhelm me? I'm one of the like 4 people that haven't watched it in America.
I haven't watched
perhaps,
it either.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean, because what I like to do is grab everything from one category and like put it in one space. So we would put it like all on these 2 tables connected, or all on a bed, or all on a floor, so you can like see it and you're like, wow. I have a lot of clothes, and it's way more when it's not like in your closet, like stuffed away in your drawers and whatever. You just like it's like looking in the mirror, you know. And looking in the mirror, you know, helpfully is nice, you know. But sometimes it's hard. You're like, oh man, that's not
but you
what
know
I want to present myself.
Looking in the mirror is the first thing that we have to do. So,
yes.
you know, when we're talking and when we're on a journey of healing, you know, me working with people with their finances, like you really have to, you have to look in the mirror. You have to be honest with where you are, even though you don't like it, even though it's not pretty, you know, like you have to be honest with yourself first. And during that discovery period is what I call it. You know, you get to learn a lot about yourself. So, you know, I'm excited to be sharing different topics, you know, as we come and talk about, you know, how to declutter our life, how to, you know, create a balance in our life and come together collectively in the way that, you know, for those who are in pursuit of their purpose. Who are really looking to hone in. This is a place where we don't have it all together, and we all in our own rights, like we clear on that. Like we don't all have it together, but with the knowledge that we do have collectively, we're able to come and insert and support and you know, be an accountability partner for our sisters in business, you know. So I am super excited.
And be okay with our imperfections. And let's be really clear about that too. Be okay with our imperfections and identify where we want to grow and where we want to prosper, and be okay in those areas where we're okay. Because I think that that's really important. I think as women, we tend to beat ourselves up a lot. Women, more than our male counterparts, tend to have that perfection syndrome. And
why men be acting like they don't give a damn though? Some of them though, like you be like, as a parent, like if you're in a 2-parent household or just with your mate, you be like, why am I taking on all of the burden and grunt, and they just like chilling, like,
Well, and there's actually reasons for that.
Come on, talk to me now.
And so we can. That's one of the things that we're going to address. But yeah, so I think that there's this great space for us to really explore all of that together. And that's a great segue. So we've talked about us as individuals and as our professions. But one of the things that makes us unique is we are different in our stations in life.
Oh, 100%. I've said that over and over again. Like if you just put all of us on paper with our resumes and our experience and stuff, you would have never put us together to make this show. Ever. And it's like, we were laughing about it the other day. I was like, I don't think we could have made this group more diverse on purpose.
No.
And this happened on accident.
That's what I love.
So,
I love it.
So for instance, I have been married for 26 years. I've been with my right on.
Girl.
And look, I know my husband Rob is watching this, and he's like, he always makes the joke, it was 8 of the happiest years of my life.
8, damn.
And I love you too, babe.
Rest of them.
Right? And we've actually...
I don't really know how to respond to that.
And we've been together for 28 years. We met when we were 19. And I know, right? We were college sweethearts.
Girl.
And we had our children very young. So I have a 20-year-old and an almost 23-year-old college graduate who is now our adult roommate. So that's a whole other thing.
I love adult room.
Hi, Alex, because I know that you're watching as well.
Hey, girl.
And she, by the way, is a badass woman. She is an incredible
Raised
woman.
by a nasty one.
Raised by a nasty woman.
So I love, and I'm interjecting here, like, they made the Riverfront
We
Times.
did.
They were at the Women's March this
March.
past. And I was like,
we did.
The women's
Yes, and then we had a bunch of nasty comments about us, but anyway, she's
Did they?
oh god, yeah, you need to read the...
No, I don't.
Yeah. No, it's hysterical, because she responded to him, it's amazing.
Oh, that's even, okay.
And then
I'm down.
my son, who is 20, he's junior in college at Missouri S&T, has level 1 autism that's commonly referred to as Asperger's.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
And so he has become an incredible, I'm going to say advocate, and he would say nerve tickler for autism.
I love that.
And so he is, he stands up for kids with special needs.
I love that.
He is a just a staunch ally for people on the spectrum. He can tell you everything about why he's not actually in favor of a cure for autism, because he will say to you that I have blue eyes, I also have autism. It's something that defines me. And so, anyway,
That's
I can,
where we need to be in life. Is
Yeah.
having that
Own that.
understanding and owning that. And for me, like, I worked with special needs individuals for a few years, and that was one of the most rewarding jobs that I had. But I saw and heard some real things, and I mean, like, those are the realest people that you'll know, you know, like with the biggest hearts. I mean, and they say like what is necessarily true. So if we have half of the mindset and the way that they think and as pure as their hearts are, I mean, like, we would be like so much better.
The guy's
in our
got
walk.
no filter to speak of, and he tells me all the time, Mom, you know, if you had gotten me fewer immunizations, I could have leveled up.
Damn.
He's got a great sense of humor. Which is
because of that
something-
nonsense that people say. Oh, I get it.
because of the whole non-vax thing. But anyway, so
That makes me really happy.
that's a bit of my story. But I really want you to hear these women's stories as well, because again, I have sort of a traditional life now. My growing up was really non-traditional, but that's a story for another day. And
that's actually an episode that we have planned coming up. So
but yeah, Anna's story is different, Portia's story is different, and Allison's story is different.
So real quick before we dive into that, y'all, you may keep seeing that me look down at this computer. I'm responding to your comments as you make them. So please, I have made this video public on my page, so anybody should be able to comment. It's so fun. I kind of want everyone just to tell me, for example, my junior high principal is tuning in right now.
Hi!
And
You did great with her.
Well done.
No, and he's currently kicking cancer's butt right now, and I'm so
Yay!
I have stay tuned to your progress, Mr. Funkhauser. I don't know if I'm supposed to call you Jerry now since I'm like grown, but I don't think I can do that. You're Mr. Funkhauser. But I would like you to comment where you're viewing from, so that can be state, city, whatever, and why, like, maybe like Mr. Funkhauser would be like, oh, she was one of my students or whatever.
Yeah.
So I would like you to comment on that. But also, if you have questions or something like that, I'm trying to keep up because Facebook's also telling me who's joining. Hey, Erin.
And thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
If there are any specific topics or anything particularly you want us to kind of talk about and to go into, like, we're really here for you. Like, so we want to be able to come, but we also want to hear from you guys.
Absolutely.
And how we might be able to best serve you. So, again, stay tuned in to us. Like, we're super excited about this. But for me, I just wanted to kind of, we talk about these words, level up and, you know, being on purpose. You know, so for me, I feel like leveling up is, you know, being intentional about making your life better. Yeah. Whatever area that is. Like, each one of us ladies, like, we focus on one particular area, but there's other areas in my life where I feel like I need to level up. Like, 2019 is leveling up for 2020 vision.
2020 vision.
Right? So the planning is so important in this process. So for me, you know, purpose is really important, and purpose undefined for me, as I said at the beginning, is, very befitting for, I think, where we all are differently in our journeys, but we're all headed to the same place, because that's what also brought us together.
Right.
Is our pursuit of our purposes. And while we're individually living out our purposes, I am having the pleasure of getting to experience, and learn from other women such as myself. And I think that that's really important. So we want to be able to be that for you guys as well. And it's not all about the women. Me and you guys, we welcome you to come and join in this conversation with us for a different perspective. I mean, because purpose isn't just limited to women, it's limited to all. And how many of us are living without purpose? We don't even know where to start. We don't even know where to begin. So those are some of the things that we want to tackle and kind of dig into each week with each of our profession, and just bringing it together and being available for you guys.
Yeah.
So.
Portia, what about your not professional life? Your Portia.
She got a grandbaby.
I'm a grandmama, y'all. That's my stinky butt. I love him so much. But for me, having him join our family has really been eye-opening for me. I was a teenage mom, a single teenage mom, and I, know what that feels like. I did have a really good support system, but I'm blessed to have, gone through that journey. I mean, I've been out of the country. I've lived in other states. I mean, I love traveling and enjoying my life. But right now, I am focusing and buckling down to getting the things that I'm, my goals, the things that I'm looking to accomplish this year. I'm on point right now, just right here, right now. Yep. Check.
It's Portia time.
It is,
Portia
and it's
time.
amazing when you...
Yes.
I was home, I was visiting Indiana as home for me, and I ran into someone in there that I went to high school with, and I'm not even going to say who it was, because they don't deserve airtime. But for this comment, but they're like, I hear you're just a photographer now.
Wow.
And I have not, I can honestly
That's
say
the hate.
they're
hate.
the first person
When
I've
people
ever
put,
laughed in
you
their face.
just, or you, I see you doing your little thing over there, your little thing. You be like, okay.
And they're like, you always said you'd get out of town, but we always thought you would be something.
Damn.
Wow.
And I was like,
Should I go off?
Let's
Or not?
right. Jesus, it's Allison again. Please control this mouth. So, because
Jesus, take the wheel.
yes,
Take the wheel.
but the funniest thing. So I left corporate America in March and decided to do this full time because it was actually my husband's idea, and do this little photography thing. And
Good idea, Jason.
And what have I done since? Bruce Franks invited me to come take pictures at the arch ribbon recutting. I'm about to be published in a magazine in California.
Yes.
I'm doing the branding for one of the most impressive people in St. Louis, Larry Cohn.
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
Yeah.
I was the third person to hold a human, other than a medical professional the other day.
That's incredible.
I mean, I could go on and on and on. But my job now is I'm helping businesses find their voice. I'm helping.
Right.
I've joined a podcast that's going to end up going. That's currently nationwide because I'm seeing all over. And you're just a photographer. I'm just a lot of things, but photographer ain't one of them. But I'm a wife. I've been, so September will make 10 years that I've been married to my best friend. We have no babies, and people are like, don't you want to be a mom? Hell, yes, I want to be a mother, but get out my box. Sorry, Mom. No, we've tried. We've done everything we humanly possibly could. Giggity. But, it hasn't happened. We have a fur child. Riley is the cutest dog in the world. Fight me. Cutest. And, I'm a lot of things, but just a photographer isn't one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
the thing is, like, that's the whole purpose. Like, you can't let other people define you.
That's
So
right.
that could have taken you somewhere, but it didn't. It's like,
Right.
okay, I know I'm doing something right, actually.
But
So
y'all were
I'm
around
staying
me
on
in
track.
June of last year. If they had said that to me in June, it would have been, I wouldn't have laughed. It
Yeah.
would have bothered me for a long time.
Right.
And I literally hadn't thought about it until you were saying,
Right.
because when you find your purpose, so there's a quote out there and I might butcher it, but it was like, once a gift is not a gift until you use it to serve others.
Ooh.
And when you find the
Yeah.
thing that you're meant to do,
Yeah.
to use your gift to serve
Yeah.
others, lucky for me, I get to use my gift to make a living.
Yeah.
And I'm making not just a living, I'm making
Yeah.
a life, girl.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yes.
I agree with you. I feel the same way because you know what I'm also finding is there are levels to purpose.
Yes.
Right? So I've known all along
Yeah.
that I've had
Lots
a
of
heart
purposes, yeah.
to help people,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
But as I've grown, it has become more clearly defined
Yeah.
in what area, you know. So
Me
when
too.
you are opening up yourself to be used as a vessel,
Yeah.
then it allows you the opportunity
Yeah.
to be used in a mighty
Oh.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. In a mighty
That's pretty-
way.
I don't know
Incredible.
people's faith journey, but like when I tell them, the day I drove home from my previous employer, I said, God, we are on a journey together, and I don't know where we're going, and you're going to open up these doors and show me this road,
Yeah.
and remind me when I get, because sometimes you drive down a road that scares you,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and last year my word of the year was fearless, and whew, I had to be.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I have to remind myself. Sorry, my grandmother's best friend. Hi, Red, Mama D here.
Hey, Mama D.
Mama D.
She's
Mama
like
D.
not a blood aunt to me. Anyway, sorry. I will chase a butterfly with my mind. Anyway,
But that's a good thing.
right.
Sometimes.
That's fun.
That's why you had me do this. So, but no, like this like I dedicated this to the Lord to show me what I need to be doing and how I needed to be doing it. And yes, Tamara, let Him use you.
Yes.
Like, and I have been, and I've gotten to do
Hey,
some
sis.
amazing freaking things. And sometimes it
Yeah.
scares me, and sometimes Satan sends some tool to look in my face and go, "We thought you were gonna be something."
You just a photographer.
Not taking pictures. Look at me. Did you see that almost come? Anyway, so
Don't cut me. I'm the messenger. No.
That's so funny.
mm,
For me, purpose is really about alignment. Alignment is one of my
Yes.
favorite
Yes.
words. And there's a thing like hustle, actually scratch that out, align.
Yes.
And when you really do what's best for you, like what it feels good in your body, if you're properly fueling yourself, if you're drinking water, you're getting a good night's sleep, you're being nice to people, you're grateful, you have a very like thankful energy.
Yeah.
Like, things are just gonna fall into your lap because that's the equation. It's
That's
like
how it's
love,
been happening.
gratefulness,
Preach.
and then
That's how it's
feeling
been
good,
happening.
and then you can take inspired action, and then your
Yeah.
intuition is gonna light up,
Yes.
and it's gonna be clear like what's the thing to do. And for me, it was like be with you guys, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
the thing to do.
you and I were talking the other day because when you are in alignment for what you're supposed to be doing, and
Yeah.
you speak, and we talked about this too, and
Yeah.
you were like, "I need such and such."
It's almost magic.
It shows
just shows up.
It shows up. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I
You have
want.
to say it. You have to claim it.
You
and
do.
you have to
I need
kind
a
of
business.
act like you already have it.
You do.
honestly. Yes.
I need a business that needs me to do events every month, and I want
Yeah.
them to do a subscription service.
Mhm.
And one of the best event planners in St. Louis called me the next day and said, "Let's set up an appointment."
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't heard from her since, and I am calling
Right.
you out on that. I'm not mentioning your name,
Yeah.
but like I know she and I are meant to do business together,
Right.
and like
Right.
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, that's definitely happening for me too. I have lots of clients that are, hitting me up. They're like, man, I am in a transition in my life, and I know that I need support in more than one way, and I know that getting my house together is one of the ways that I can get to the next level, and it's just inspiring when you say
Yeah.
what you want. And I also have a podcast that I love. It's called Full Circle Flow, and all of these ladies are
Yes.
on here individually. I already have
Yeah.
Allison for episode
In
6.
a couple weeks, seven.
Seven. It's coming out. But yeah, I'm gonna get all these
Yes.
girls individually, and yeah, just like speaking my truth. I'm getting so many beautiful messages and
Yeah.
phone calls, and it's like people, like honestly, like kind of a friend of me came to me and was like, girl, you were about to change the world. And I was like, what?
About to change
Yes,
it.
I am.
You're raising a tiny human.
Yeah.
You're already changing
That's
the
true.
world.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you know what? That's the thing
It's
too.
magnetism. It's
Yes.
like attraction.
But you can't wait for other people to catch up
Yeah,
to your level
you gotta
up.
do you, and
That's
they will
right.
Yeah.
They
chase
will
you.
eventually come.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to stay in the flow.
And the right ones too. You know,
Yeah,
like Allison
absolutely.
like grew out of that person that said that thing to you.
Yeah.
You grew out of that. You are in the next level,
Yeah.
working with different ladies.
And let me just
Yeah.
tell you, he was somebody in high school.
Uh,
Oh, he was somebody.
It's
yeah,
interesting
so we grow.
because when that alignment happens, you can almost physically feel
Oh yeah.
like something clicking into
Yeah.
place,
Totally.
like the rails shifting and popping
Mhm.
into place.
Well,
Yeah.
it happens in the spiritual realm first,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and that's the importance
Yes.
of visualizing and
Mhm.
you know creating that, and then
Yeah.
and it's magical when you feel the shift in
Yeah.
the physical.
Yeah.
Because the first
yeah.
shift I felt in the physical towards where I'm heading, I cut my hair off. I was like, okay.
I remember the day you came in with that, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
you know,
"Dang
and that's
on."
usually the first thing to go. Like
Haircuts
when you
can
when
change
you
your life.
changing,
Yeah.
yes. And
Mhm.
so it's just been, you know, enlightenment from there.
Totally.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so we are right at 7:30, and that's when we
Perfect.
said we were going to end. So
Yes.
just a few things. So we have decided we're always going to have whatever beverage we're drinking on the table. So if you like what you saw and you want to throw us somebody make us some black and white cups that say Point Blank on it, we will be happy to mention your business on here
Yes.
and put the
Yes.
link on there because like I'm dying to have one of those epoxy. You know what I'm talking about? The tumblers,
tumblers,
that
yeah.
are with it's sealed in epoxy so the
Yeah,
label
yeah.
doesn't come off. Yeah, but black and white is our colors because we're going to be black and white with you.
Yes.
So,
to the point. Point blank, baby.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Mhm.
But we're really excited. We'll have Leveling Up is our next episode. It's going to be our first podcast. We'll drop it February the 7th on the Point Blank page on Facebook. We hope you'll like us. What one takeaway from today, everybody down the line?
Ooh, tribe. That's how I'm feeling right now. Just find your tribe. They're out there.
Yeah, I think my takeaway from this is it's really okay to be unsettled
Mm-hmm.
and to feel a little bit wobbly and to lean into that wobble.
Yeah, lean in.
Yeah.
When planes take off, they kind of shake a little
Yep.
bit first.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
And they're not steady. The
No.
pilot has to do that.
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
Yep.
I think the takeaway for me is I have two. Putting out into the universe what you want to and not being
Yes.
afraid to ask for that.
Yes.
You are entitled to what you want and to
Yeah.
go after it. And the other one is be careful the noise that you're listening to.
Yes.
Listen to voices,
Yes.
Yeah.
not noise.
Yes.
And sometimes when people talk, it is nothing but noise.
Yes.
I would probably say my takeaway for today is that it's okay to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Vulnerability,
There's power.
it is power
Yeah.
in your vulnerability, and it's power in your story.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
sometimes we may not be comfortable with our story. We may not be comfortable sharing it, but I challenge each and every one of you guys today to learn your story. Not just know it, but learn it and understand it. Like that is really the beginning of, you know, the leveling up. So
Yeah,
we'll be
absolutely.
back to talk about that, guys. So I want you guys
Yeah.
to think about that and then have your level up comment or question for the podcast on the 7th.
On February the 7th, I will have to look at the calendar and I will tell you what time. But I'm going to have a time that I listen to the podcast. And I'm going to go live on Twitter. So if you use the hashtag PointBlankSTL,
Yeah.
I'm going to search for that and look for it with you. So I would love to interact, and some of our other ladies may join me too.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of our social media creative director on this. So
Yes.
we are so excited to connect with you
yes,
all.
yes,
Thank you,
yes.
guys.
So we will see you again soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Make it great.
Very good. Very good.